Welcome everyone to the kickoff of Week 10 in the NFL. Before we get to this week's games, let's review. I went 3-1-1 with my picks last week, bringing my record to an even 24-24-2, including a split in my upset specials, which brings my upset specials to 7 wins and 5 losses on the year to this point. So, enough about last week. Let's move on to this week's games. I have 4 picks for you this week. That's 4. So, let's start our Sunday journey in the nation's capital. I like the Redskins +2 over the Vikings. Coming off a big victory in the Pacific Northwest, this Redskins team is coming together at the right time, and I look for them to build off that this week. With Cousins, Manning, a great comeback, I look for him to use his running backs, Kelly, Perrine, and stud Thompson in the backfield and receiving game to give the Vikings linebackers fits. And in some key situations, some play action passes to loosen their defense. Vernon Davis should come up big in this one, and they should be getting some bodies back on their offense and special teams. And the Vikings have been on easy street so far this year, having 5 out of the first 7 in the Dome in Minnesota. So I look for Keenum to struggle somewhat on the road in this one. Sorry, Gio. So for our next trip, let's grab your sunscreen as we head down to the Sunshine State. I like the Jaguars -3.5. With the inside pressure of defensive tackle Calais Campbell, I look for him and his line mates to give Rivers trouble stepping up in the pocket and having a case of happy feet. And DBs Ramsey and AJ Bouye will pick off Rivers once or twice as he likes to force his throws down the field. And I look for Gordon to get his yards, but he'll have to earn them on this day in Jacksonville. And on offense, I look for the Jags to run the ball between the tackles against a questionable Chargers run D, and I look for the return of Fournette to be a big key, and he'll run angry as he missed last week's game due to his own doing. And for a couple key Bortles throws to move the chains, the Jags will win their 2nd in a row at home. Now let's head to the Music City. I like the Titans -3.5 over the Bengals. Coming off a win after their bye, I look for the Titans offense to pick up where they left off by using the punishing running game of Henry and Murray, and in the receiving game as well with Murray, and which will create space for Mariota in the pocket to deliver the ball to tight end Walker and speed receivers Davis and safety becoming a key factor in Asa Jackson in this one. and they'll wear down the Cincinnati Bengals front seven in the second half. On defense, I look for the front seven of the Titans to pressure Dalton and the Bengals O-line all game. And with the lack of a running game for Dalton, it will be all on his soldiers, which he won't be able to handle. Now what you've all been waiting for, the Week 10 upset special for you. Ding, 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 ding. Let's head up to Western New York. I like the Bills +3 over the Saints. Head coach Sean McDermott of the Bills knows the Saints personnel and head coach Sean Payton very well, back to his days on the sideline with Ron Rivera coaching up the defense. So he knows all of Sean Payton's bag of tricks. And I look for him to coach up his team and use that to his advantage. Not to mention the Bills' newly signed receiver in Benjamin and return of tight end Charles Clay will be able to stretch the field and loosen up the running lanes for McCoy and Taylor's QB scrambles. And I look for Taylor to target Clay in third and short situations. And on the other side of the ball, I look for the Bills' front seven to clog the running lanes and put pressure on Breeze against injured and hurt Saints O-line. Yes, the Bills break their one game slump and hiccup against the Jets last week and move on to upset victory and have some home cooking in Buffalo. So those are my picks, and I hope you enjoy your NFL weekend, and we'll see you back next week for Week 11. So enjoy.